What's good? What's good? What's good, my brothers and sisters? What's happening? Stormy B Man, I'm coming at you a little late this evening, but I'm on here to talk a little bit before you go to bed, before I go to bed. I just feel like talking a little bit. So here I is. What's going on with you brothers out there? I see y'all filing into the building. Appreciate you coming over to the channel to check me out, see what I'm talking about. Omega Red says the storm is coming. Nassim the Dream, he says salute Stormy B Man. Christopher Journey is out there. He says Stormy B Man. He says Nassim the Dream says let's smash the likes button coming in the building, family. That's right. That's right. Be on it, brother. Be on it. Joseph Brown, what's good with you, bro? Yeah, just finished up a little while ago an episode of the Smoke City Mobcast, man. Sheldon Holmes, what's happening, brother? OG Stormy B Man, what up, though? Yes, sir. What up with you, man? Yeah, man, they got me a little hot on the Smoke City, man. Got to talking about Bud Crawford, man. I said, you know what? I'm going to go on and do a little live, man. I want to talk a little bit about this a little bit more. Because I was a little limited on there because I didn't want to, just talk too much. You give other people a chance to talk. But man, I don't like the position that Bud Crawford has put himself in. I don't like how he's behaving. And I think we should leave him alone. I think we should stop fooling with him, man. If he came to his senses, then maybe we should consider welcoming him back into the graces. But if he don't have sense, then shouldn't fool with the guy. You know what I mean? He don't even have no appreciation for his own kind, man, his own folks. You know what I'm saying? So that's just utter foolishness. But I hope everybody's having a good hump day. It's Wednesday, hump day. You know, we out here to talk a little bit. Iceberg Nerd, what's going on with you, man? Salute to you. Hey, Iceberg, I appreciate you and the support on my video content. I see you out there. You be dropping comments and whatnot. I appreciate that, bro. I really appreciate when people be supporting the content. It's funny. Some people, I guess, they like listening to the lives more than they like, checking out the video content. But the video content is when I get a chance to talk some aspect of these fighters, upcoming fights, the picks and pans and the matchups. And sometimes you guys could get a little window and insight of, how my boxing knowledge is parlayed into the fights, but I don't see enough of the comments on there. I guess people watch them and maybe don't watch them all the way through. I don't know what that is, but sometimes it has some pretty good information in there. And when I did my video, well, I did several videos before the Porter Spence fight, or Spence Porter fight. And I dropped a lot of gems in that played right out into the match. So let's see what you guys talking about here. Hey, Joseph Brown, I appreciate that, bro. You sharing my content, man. I encourage everybody to share it because I'm not embarrassed by it. I can stand on my brand. Sierra F, what's going on, sister? How you doing? Good to see you out there. Salute to you. Yeah, man. You know, I don't mind having my my content uh shared out there, family. Not at all. So I don't know how many of y'all might have caught the Smoke City Mobcast, but we got to talking about the fight over the weekend, the Benavidez Durrell fight, and then the Sean Porter Earl Spence fight. You know, and do we think we'll see? Uh, do, we were asked, do we think we'll see Spence and Bud next year, 2020? I don't think so. I don't think we'll see Spence and Bud next year. I think that Bud is off on in some kind of Never Never Land trip, and it ain't gonna be what we hope it would be. You know, it ain't gonna be that. So, you know what I mean? Hey guys, I'm putting this in the chat not because I'm hard up for money or anything, but I've tried to add my donation uh, alerts to the chat to see if they work. So if someone want to try it out, whether you give $2 or 99 cents, it don't matter, something small. But that's why I'm putting that in there. So anybody who elect to try it, we could see if it works or not. But that's what that is. That's the only reason I'm putting that in there. So don't think Stormy is out here like, oh, not Stormy. Look at he trying to hit folks up for money. You know, it ain't like that at all. I'm just trying to put the two links in there in the chat to see if somebody decide to use it. I would like to see if the alert chime comes up on the screen. If it doesn't come up on the screen and somebody tries it, I still have to do some things behind the scenes to get it to work correctly. I've had a couple of brothers try to help me out, but because I don't do a lot of putting it in the stream there because I'm not monetized yet, but those are donation links, I'm just trying to see if it works. But that's what that is. So, and I'm not going to keep dropping it in there. I'll just put it in there once or twice and that'll be it. So, but let's see what we got here. Joseph Brown's. Okay, I read yours. Omega Red says, so much content and live streams, it's hard to find time to watch it all. Are you saying Omega Red on my channel, or are you trying to follow everybody's stuff and you're just finding it hard? Because I'm back to doing my videos, but I learned because I was advised on good accord by someone to keep them short. So my videos are usually 5 to 7 minutes. That's it. I don't do 15, 20-minute videos. I try to keep them short. I would like to even keep it to 5 minutes, you know. And if that's, you know, what, if it could stay like that, then that'll be real cool. So now I heard that alert, but I didn't see anything on the screen. Let's see if it pops up after a few seconds. Oh, there it is. Joseph Brown, he donated. He says, oh, okay, dude, it works. It came up too quick for me to read it. It's funny because I'm talking to you guys live, but my feedback on my play is like 20-second delay or 18 seconds or something. It's not, I got to get the hang of that. But Joseph Brown, thank you for your donation, brother. And it does work. It just popped up on the screen just now. So salute to you, brother. And you just helped me tremendously because the donation link works. Praise the heavens. Stormybman's donation link works. So thank you, brother. Thank you so much. And I have to go back. But that's cool. That is cool. Now that I could do that, we in the house. And that was a very nice donation too, brother. I appreciate you, man. I won't forget that one because that was the one that let me know the link works. Let's see. Nassim the Dream says, Omega Red, that ain't no lie about the content and live streams. Yeah, excuse me, brothers. Joseph Brown says, the gist of the jab, are you going to do a video on the right hand? Yeah, Joseph Brown, ironically, thanks for asking that. That's a good question, brother. The gist of the jab was my first in a series of boxing tidbits and pointers that'll be coming from me. And I will do a few more on several different aspects of boxing in the ring as a fighter. And as I do them, of course, I'll put a premiere out for them and stuff like that. But those videos will be short videos too. It'll be about 5 minutes. I'll try to use clips when I can or still photographs. I really like using clips and film, but it's kind of hard for me right now because I'm still learning how to do that. But I thought for the gist of the jab, I had some nice clips to use. They weren't necessarily my favorite fighters to use, but I did find some good clips to explain the gist of the jab as I was trying to do. So Christopher Journay says that Stormybman, I heard you going in on Smoke City Mobcast. Yeah, man. You know what? And I don't try, to dominate or nothing, but it's like, dude, I get passionate about it. And the whole thing, like, we got a lot of people right now talking about Sean Porter, as if they just discovered Sean Porter is a good fighter. He's been a good fighter. It's just that people like who they like and they dislike who they dislike. But when Sean Porter was in there competing with Earl Spence, he was competing every bit as much as Earl Spence was competing. And does that mean that he's on Earl Spence's level? Is Earl Spence on his level? See, that's what I'm saying. And, I don't look at fighters as, gods. I know that these guys, any particular guy can lose on any given night. It's just like the game of football. Any given Sunday, any given Saturday night, or Friday night in the case of boxing. But I'm going to tell you, when the guys are multiple time champions, particularly in the same weight class, that's a formidable guy. You don't just win these belts, because everybody around you is a piece of shit. You got some real good fighters you have to go through. And if you won one title and then a second one, out of the two that you won, somebody was formidable, if not both. You know what I mean? We do have some guys in the sport who have been handed vacant titles and stuff like that. That's not what I'm talking about. But I'm talking about anyone who's had to compete and challenge and win a title in the ring. Not a fighting for a vacant title. That's something that a person can hold dear to themselves. And I believe that Sean Porter listened to a lot of the naysayers and the people who put him down and made fun of his style and all of that. And he came out there and he fought with everything that he had to bring. And people were impressed because they didn't think he had that to bring. But I always knew he had that to bring. I had been watching. And I wasn't watching like as a fan. I was watching like with critique. I was looking at him. And as I said on Smoke City tonight, if Sean had a power punch, he'd be the most feared guy in the division. because with the tenacity that he fights with and how he brings pressure and how he has very good conditioning, he's a tough mountain to climb. You know what I mean? So that's how I see Sean. You know, Sean is a very formidable fighter. Derek McGee is in the house. He says, salute, fam. Omega Red says, for real, let Nassim the Dream. Sometimes I be back and forth on channels trying to show love because they all on at the same time. You know, I try not to do that. I think Brooklyn Child is on, and forgive me, Brooklyn Child, I'm not trying to steal your audience. I just wanted to come on a little bit because of that Smoke City Mobcast thing had me stirred up a little bit in a certain way. But shout out to Brooklyn Child Boxing. If you guys haven't subscribed to his channel, please subscribe to his channel, because that brother, he talks good boxing talk, and he speaks with passion like I do about what he feels and believes. And there's nothing wrong with that. And he brings it from a sincere place. So shout out to Brooklyn Child Boxing. Omega Red says, I seen it, B. Iceberg Nerd says it worked. Thank you, bro. And that's Nassim the Dream says, Omega Red, that's what I say. I try to show everybody some love. Me too, man. I try to catch the guys that's on late. I catch them on replay. And if I can't catch they live, I leave comments in their live stream so they know I checked it out. You know, and the ladies, the same. You know, Shaka Waka, I'm out there. Shout out to Shaka Waka. She's out there doing her thing. And when she drops content, I have the alerts. And if I'm not able to catch it when it's, you know, just up, I'll catch it a little later and I leave her comments. You know, I like to show support to the brothers and sisters out there. Joseph Brown is laughing. Gregory Wyatt says, greeting brothers and sisters. Troll Hunter on deck. That's my Troll Hunter out there, Gregory Wyatt. What's going on with you, brother? Salute to you this evening. How you doing? And Nassim the Dream, Omega Red says, Nassim the Dream, I was back and forth on Smoke City and Kelly just then. And he says also at Omega Red, yeah, I can do that all the time. Even when I can't chat, I still smash the like and support all my brothers and sisters. And we appreciate you, Nassim the Dream. We really do. King Louis is out there. He says, salute, Stormy. What's going on with you, King Louis? Oh, it's jumping up because more people popping up in here now. E. Woodson is out there. He says, that Stormy B, man. Salute, Shy City OG. Love straight from the south side. What's going on with you, E. Woodson, man? Chi-Town stand up. And he's saying salute to the whole B-Man chat family. Joseph Brown says, also, Sean hasn't had a good dance partner like Earl Spence, who is just as strong as his most dudes he fights don't want to fight on the inside like that. Excuse me. Yeah, I agree with that, Joseph Brown, 100%. Nassim the Dream says, Sean's style will make any fighter fight. You better be ready to fight when you fight that dude. Big time. Omega Red says, I'm impressed how Earl fights different styles according to the opponent and wins. Omega Red, but let me say something about that. That's not necessarily a smart thing to do. He's had success doing it against certain fighters, but I'll tell you, if Porter packed a punch, Earl could have been knocked out. It's just that Sean don't pack that power punch at that weight class, man. And you don't want to fight the other guy's fight. You want to dictate the tempo of your fight. Now, if your fight is fighting on the inside and the other guy's fight is fighting on the inside, somebody's going to have to box. And the reason being is because what if the guy fighting on the inside is better and more adept at it than you? See, Sean is a little more limited because of his extremities. He's a short guy, but he has long reach, but he still has to get close. And Sean doesn't throw straight enough punches. If he could straighten out his right hand a little better and shorten up the left hook a little better, he would be very, very more efficient. Yeah. Joseph Brown says, if he had KO power, he'd be a mini Mike Tyson. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Or Burt Cooper, you know, Tyson Cooper, that kind of a fighter. That's exactly what he would be like, a smaller version of those two guys. Iceberg Nerd says, yeah, I'm jumping back and forth between you and Brooklyn. Well, Iceberg Nerd, do me a favor and tell Brooklyn I said, what's up? I shouted him out, and I'm not trying to compete for his audience. It's just that I wanted to get on and finish a little bit of this talk that I had begun on the Smoke City. So everything is with respect. I respect Brooklyn Child Boxing a lot. So Nassim the Dream says, Stormybman, fact. That's what I said. If Sean had a bigger punch, he would really be hell to deal with. He's always in shape. That's what I really admire about Sean Porter. His conditioning is second to none. That brother gets himself in supreme shape because he's able to pressure a guy for 12 rounds. You know, it was amazing watching the young Ali who could dance for 12, 15 rounds, and to see Sean Porter fight with pressure for 12 rounds. It's the same dichotomy. You know, the guy is that formidable. He could go out there and fight like that for that many rounds, you know, with the same intensity as from the first bell. That's extremely impressive. Extremely impressive. Let's see here. King Louis says to check the. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Yes, sir. What we got here. All right, all right. Shout out to King Louis. He says more to come with that PayPal donation. I appreciate you, bro. King Louis, appreciate you. And more to come at you too, brother. More to come at you too. Yes, sir. Dreezy KO is in the building. He says Crawford has the best defense at 147. Hits harder than Porter, moves better than Thurman. Excuse me, brothers and sisters. Excuse me. He says his harder than Porter, moves better than Thurman, and has amateur wrestling background. Would do just fine against Spence. You made a valid point there, Dreezy KO. A lot of people don't see that, but I see exactly what you're talking about. I see exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. Dreezy KO says Spence changing styles is a myth. They trying to make it seem like he's versatile like Crawford. He can box, but he fought the same way he always do to me in all his fights. Gregory Wyatt says, at Stormybman, I believe Earl had knowledge of Sean's power limitations and observation garnered from their prior sparring session. Yeah, he took some risks that you don't take against a fighter that fights on the inside. That's why I said you can't be dissuaded by what you're looking at. He knew that Sean could only crack to a certain degree. It's kind of like Canelo and Triple G. Triple G will fight Canelo 10 times if Canelo will fight him 10 times because he knows it's a tough challenge because of Canelo's boxing ability and his elusiveness on defense, but he's never worried about the fact that Canelo can knock him out because Canelo doesn't have the power to knock him out. That's why he wanted to run right back into a third fight. Now, why isn't he fighting Jamal Charlo? Jamal Charlo could crack. Jamal Charlo has not only that speed and everything, but that power and can knock him on his ass and knock him unconscious. That's why he's not trying to fight him. A boxer like Demetrius Andrade, same thing. He could box and he could put him on his ass. So Triple G is not trying to fight those type of fighters. They're an extreme threat to him physically. Canelo could just make him look bad with his elusiveness. Notice I didn't say defense, but it's the elusiveness because he knows how to get out of the way of certain punches of guys who don't move their feet very well. Now, if you got a guy like Andrade in there or Charlo who are a little bit more athletic and can get around and move around from different angles and cause problems, both Triple G and Canelo Alvarez, they don't want that type of smoke in their lives. There you have it. Nassim the Dream says, Stormybman, that's what Joe Frazier said. He wants to press you for 3 minutes around until you break. Yeah, Smoking Joe was something else, man. That first fight with Ali took a lot of fight out of him, though. He took a real battering against Ali in that first fight. And in the Thriller in Manila. But the first fight in particular, Joe was in the hospital for damn near a month after that fight with Ali. The super fight. King Louis says, no, I owe you a little bit more. Keep teaching. Hey, King Louis, man, it's all good in love, bro. You know, you sent me that message about how to cut that music down, and I was still trying to figure it out. I'll get it, though, but I appreciate you responding to my question from earlier. Really appreciate it. Yeah, so Earl, he knew that Sean didn't crack in a threatening manner. Just strong. He's a strong puncher, but he wasn't worried about being knocked out. And see, Earl is a guy who's in top condition too, so it wasn't like he was going to be so worn down that Sean could overpower him late. But he did hit Sean with enough low blows that took a lot of steam out of Sean from the later rounds. And that was done by design and on purpose. I don't care what anybody says. You could be an Earl Spence fanboy. You could be an Earl Spence cousin or brother or whatever, relative, distant, you know, step-in-law. I don't care. He was hitting Sean low on purpose. And he did his job because Sean, that punch that got caught with in the 11th round and his legs buckled a little bit and his glove grazed the canvas. If he didn't sustain all those low blows earlier, that shot might not have had the same effect on him. How about that? There you go. So in the rematch, Sean need to batter his nuts into pancakes. Huh? If I was, Kenny Porter should tell him, Sean, first time he hit you low in that rematch, you go out there and you hit him with a combination below the belt like Andrew Galata. Huh? That might be worth the point because that'll make him stop that mess. And if that don't stop that mess, they're going to have a disqualification because Earl will have initiated. I don't want to say go out and do it first, but wait till he do it. And then you just let loose on his ass. If y'all think I'm saying the wrong thing about that, go back and watch Evander Holyfield against Michael Dokes. In the first 3 rounds, Michael Dokes came out blazing Holyfield below the belt to the point that they was like, hey, man, this guy's throwing too many low blows. And he just kept on. Dokes gets kept combinations to Holyfield's cup. Boom, boom, boom. And then boom, boom. You know, man, Holyfield reared back and hit that dude with an uppercut down there under his scrotum. Huh? Dokes bent over in pain. The ref had to call time. Dokes didn't throw another low blow the rest of the fight. He must have thought Evander was crazy. But he wasn't. But he didn't hit Evander low no more either. Sometimes you just got to settle it yourself. Damn the referee. He ain't your friend. You know? So yeah. So yeah, I was talking about Bud Crawford, man. I think that Bud Crawford should be left alone by the LDBC, man. I don't think we should fuck with the dude. He don't want to do no interviews with anybody. He don't want to come on any shows. He don't want to give respect or anything to anybody. So you know what? To hell with Bud Crawford, man. I don't care if he is one of the pound for pound best fighters in the sport. He ain't nothing to me until he starts showing that he a real man and he could stand on a man's square. Okay? Take some damn notes from Deontay Wilder. And I see Bud, he running around over there with all those pale face, but he ain't doing nothing with his own people, man. I don't like them kind of dudes. Don't like them. You know, the Andre Wards and the Tim Bradleys, man. You know, y'all ain't learned nothing from O.J. Simpson. Man, them folks ain't your friend, man. They ain't your friend. King Louis laughing my ass off. Gregory Wyatt says he was cracking Sean on the hip early in the fight, which hampered Sean's mobility and leverage. Absolutely, Gregory. And that's a tactical thing, which is why going into the rematch, they should ask for a new referee. Fuck that Reese dude. And also have that referee warn against those shots that he was throwing, because that's definitely a thing that you have to talk to the ref before you even get in the ring, in the locker room. You say, hey man, we went through this last time. I'm gonna wear my shorts a certain height. That's how I like my look. But if this dude is hitting me on my leg or below the waistband, in the collar portion of my shorts, and down in the cup and groin area, hey, you're going to have to do something, or otherwise I'm retaliating. I'm retaliating fierce, and I might hit you too. Huh? You tell the ref that in the locker room. See, won't he be on top of that shit. He'll be right on top of it. Huh? He'll be on top of it. King Louis says, I was, but don't get me back started with dude. I hear you, man. You know, I'm sick of it, man. It's like I've been trying to be cool about it, but dude, I don't like funny acting Negroes, man. I don't. You know, Andre Ward, when he said that stupid stuff that he said about Deontay Wilder after the Fury fight and stuff, man, I was like, dude, we're the same people who were supporting you when you were out there against that racist Russian dude, you know, Kovalev. And all the stuff that he was saying about you and the stuff he was saying about Adonis Stevenson, calling him a monkey and stuff. And then you was like, I didn't ask for your support. Whoa. You should have said that before your fights, so we didn't have to buy tickets and buy pay-per-views and support your career. I didn't ask for your support. That's some real bullshit to say, ain't it? Now that you're a fucking millionaire. Huh? But go out there and fuck up and make one mistake and see where you find yourself, Andre Ward. Huh? You look at Stacey Dash, see what she's in the news lately? Huh? Yeah. They got something in the bag for everybody. They don't care how much of that other blood you got in your veins. They don't care. You still a you know what? NIGGA for life. Huh? You don't want to hear that though. But you'll listen to Max Kellerman and Paulie Malignaggi and those guys. Huh? Pfft, get out of here. Gregory Wyatt says Sean's punch resistance was also affected by the constant body work. But not so much the body work, Gregory, as the low blows. Because Sean is conditioned to deal with the body work, but he's not conditioned to deal with the low blows. Ain't nobody conditioned to deal with the low blows. Shit, my nuts was hurting from him getting hit. Did it? Hey, you ever seen somebody get hit in the nuts and grab your own shit? Cause hey, it ain't nothing. You know what it feel like. Eddie Murphy told a joke one time. He said, you can fucking just graze by just the wind. And you, whoa, did I get hit in the nuts? You be nervous and shit. That's what it is. Real talk. You know what I mean? So there ain't nothing to be played with. Yes, they had a protective cup on. I've used protective cup. I've been in there sparring. Dude, that protective cut don't stop everything. It don't. Joseph Brown says, Bud, the new Timothy Bradley. Man, they twins. Huh? They like them brothers. They're twins from that movie, Dumb and Dumber. Yeah. Boxing Conversations with Reggie Owens is out there. He says, salute my brothers and sisters. What's going on with you, Reggie? How you doing this evening, bro? Dreezy KO says, I was at the fight. It was amazing. Porter stole the crowd from Spence in the middle rounds until the drop. Yeah, man. You know what it is, Dreezy KO? I'm going to tell you something. It's because, okay, Earl is thought as a top in the weight class and in the sport, right? A top fighter. So when you see Sean face a guy like that and compete on the level with him, I call it now the Evander Holyfield factor. Holyfield never got no respect till he started, beating these bigger guys or got knocked out first and then had to come back and beat a bigger guy. Then people gave him credit because he's competing on that level, on that higher level. And see, Sean was always a high-level fighter himself. But it took him to fight this guy. But you saw he fought Thurman. They gave Thurman a decision. He fought Danny Garcia. He got the decision over Danny Garcia. But Danny Garcia's a good fighter too. But he's so diva-like. That aspect of who he is make you not like the guy and everything, but he could fight. That's why he should be in there fighting these guys too, because you don't know until they get in there and fight. If Sean didn't get knocked down, Sean could have won that fight, or it could have been a draw. And if it was a draw, they had to do it again anyway. That's why it would have been better for it to end up being a draw. I don't know. It's like people like what they like. But sometimes people also want to protect their brand. They don't want to look at it as who really got the best or whatever. They want to look at it, my guy, my guy. I'm not attached to any guy. I love to see the sport, which is why I said this fight was right up there with Hearns and Leonard's first fight. Way up there, highly contested. And if something didn't go a certain way, one guy could have won just as easy as the guy who won, who benefited for things going a certain way. That makes all the difference in the world. That makes all the difference in the world. Gregory Wyatt says, Bud has been carrying himself a little off cold. The ruckus effect. A little off cold, Gregory Wyatt? That dude way off cold, man. Way off cold. That's why I said people ought to just start, when I say people, I'm actually speaking the LDBC. Stop fucking with Bud, man. Drop that dude like a fucking bad habit, because that's how he look at us. He look at us like we're the shit paper that he wipe his ass with. Why should you support somebody that's like that? And if he think he gonna get a 60-40 split or something like that with a guy like Spence, he got another thing coming. He could stay over there being a big ass fish in a little ass puddle. Huh? He ain't even in a pool. He in a fucking puddle. Huh? Because the rest of the water been soaked up along with the cash by the Coke King over there. and Lomastenko. They done suck up all the rest of the cash. So he ain't getting nothing but the crumbs anyway. That's what they give that's what they give the old step slaves, ain't it? The crumbs off the table. Huh? You don't even get to eat at the table. You eat at the bottom of the table on the floor. Huh? Bud Crawford. That's what it is. Real talk. DOG 215 says, salute Stormy B, man, and my brothers in here. Salute to you, DOG. Appreciate you, man. Good to see you out there. Haven't seen you in a minute. Joseph Brown says, facts. Nassim the Dream says, yeah, I didn't like when Ward said he didn't ask for our support. That was messed up. No, dude, that was all the way fucked up. That was something, if he even thought that, he shouldn't have let it come out his mouth. That's why I said I was done with Andre Ward. I had high regard and respect for Andre Ward. I don't care much for Roy Jones, but I had put Andre Ward up there with Roy Jones in my mind, in my, looking at fighters. And when he said that, he went from that all the way down to the bottom of the barrel, as far as I'm concerned. You know what I'm saying? He didn't ask for our support. My daddy's white. What else did he say? So many things. When he tried to tell us, oh, we didn't understand what he meant. We read it wrong. Ain't nobody read a damn thing wrong, man. You're on TV in front of cameras and got microphones and stuff, and you saying these damning things, man. And I'm supposed to tell my grandson or granddaughter, whatever, he's somebody look. Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. Huh? Did your daddy ever tell you if you ain't got nothing good to say to people, don't say nothing at all? We out here as fans, content creators, media people, we actually keep your name thriving. Whether we're critiquing you or whether we're saying something in total loyal support of you, and then you just turn around and crap on us like that? Man, fuck you. Gregory Wise says, we got to start vetting these dudes early in their careers, making them bend the knee before we give our support. You know what? If we get that LDBC championship belt, that'll work just as fine. Because all we need is a popular fighter like a Deontay Wilder, Clarissa Shields, you know what I'm saying, Earl Spence Jr. If they held our belt up over their head, dude, you know what the shot in the arm that would be? And these other fighters will have to wake the fuck up, man, out of their fucking comatose states. Huh? That's it. Right there. King Louis says, smash that like button. Thanks, King Louis. Yes, smash that like button. Reggie Owen says, I'm doing good, OG. That's good, bro. Also, Reggie, get on with D Styles for that, so he'll be ready for Friday, bro. I don't know if you did that yet. Sorry to talk about it over the stream. We could talk behind the scenes, but yeah, just as a reminder. Derek Bailey says, salute to Stormy B, man. What's going on with you, Derek Bailey? King Louis says, facts. Yep. Willie Beecham is out there. He says, should a point or points have been taken away for Earl for all the low blows? Willie, he threw enough low blows for at least 1 point deduction. And I believe had he gotten some warnings, strict warnings, before a deduction, he may have slacked up. But because he really didn't even get the warnings, he just kept going. So he threw enough to have warranted 1 deduction if he didn't listen to the initial warning. And I'm not saying, take so many points from Earl, but you have to penalize a guy who continues to foul. And he was freaking fouling, man. And those type of fouls, they do damage, man. Hitting a guy below the belt. It takes his legs away. And it takes the concentration away. It takes his mobility away. King Louis says, at Boxing Conversations with Reggie Owens, you need to get a PayPal. Yeah, Reggie, you should get a PayPal, bro. And I found out tonight, Reggie, that my donation for my Streamlabs, that does work. So, brother Joseph Brown hit the Streamlabs donation, and it worked. I saw the little man come up on the screen and everything. So, I'm in there. So, let's see what else we got. Reggie says, wow. Reggie says, right, I'm a Bud fan, but I refuse to speak on him because he's being foul to the sport. Absolutely, Reggie. And that's why I'm saying tonight publicly here that this should be a movement. You know how the PBC was talking about freezing out the WBO? We should have a movement to freeze out Bud Crawford from our conversations. Let those guys, the Joe Rogans and Scarface and all them people talk about him. Paulie and all of them. Huh? Like they words really mean something. Max Kellerman. Those are his friends. That's how he roll. Let him roll on over there. We know how the merits go with the rest of their people that they support anyway. Usually they end up on the canvas. Flat on their asses or on their faces. Everybody they support. The LDBC runs it, man. They runs the narrative. And he don't see that, fuck him. He say fuck us, so fuck him. 2 times. Derek Bailey says, facts, Stormy. Boxing Conversation with Reggie Owens says, King Louis, I don't know how to set up a PayPal or use it. I can help you with that, Reggie Owens, or if you want, King Louis could probably help you with that. I think Louis got the PayPal as well. But one of us, we could get together with you and help you with that. Whoever you like to call upon, we can help you with that. So let's see. Derek Bailey says Deontay don't want to do it again with Fury. Ward said that ish. Yeah, man, that was the most ridiculous thing. If Ward didn't have anything good to say about the fight, he should have just stood up there and listened to what everybody else is talking and didn't say anything. Just be quiet, go sit your butt down, wait for your money. Wait for your money. Just wait for your money. See, Stormy checking the message. Yeah. Omega Red says, promoting is asking for support. Absolutely. You think that Ringling Brothers was afraid to ask for support? Biggest show and greatest show on earth, wasn't it? Willie Beecham says, crazy. Crazy how everybody was calling Sean a dirty fighter. Who's saying that now? Yeah. You know what I mean? Boxing Conversation with Reggie Owens is saying, all right. Dreezy KO says, what's Coach's issue with Clarissa Shields? I'm not sure. Did he say something about Clarissa Shields? What did he say about her? Because I haven't had a talk with Coach about her. The chat is jumping kind of fast now. Comments are being typed in. Boxing Conversation with Reggie Owens says, King Louis, no, I don't use them. This is all new to me. Talking about the cash apps and everything. Okay. Joseph Brown says, get down or lay down. Dude, I'm trying to stop these messages from coming through on my stream. It's like bothering me now. Trying to get this stuff out of there. See. Let's see. Here we go. Here we go. What we got? What we got? What we got? Legendary Topcast is in there. He says, peace, peace, OG Stormybman. What's good with you, Legendary? Man, you had me cracking up earlier, bro. When you was on the stream talking, man. I was laughing my butt off, man. Jay Dixon is out there. He says, salute Stormy B, man, and the chat. What's good with you, bro? D-Lo 404 Boxing is out there. He says, salute to the chat. Joseph Brown says, Coach thinks she full of herself. She very well may be, but you know what? There's a fine line between that and having your supreme confidence as a champion. And she has had a lot of success, so her confidence is high. But it's up to her coach to help temper that a little bit, at least in the public side. Because you see how Deontay is humble, but he know he can knock your damn head off. Hey, man, Ali was the baddest man in the world at one time. And he didn't walk around being an asshole to people. He endeared himself to people. You know, you can catch more bees with honey than flies with shit, I guess. Huh? Willie Beecham says, Earl and Sean need an immediate rematch. Danny can wait. King Louis says, Danny can go fight someone else. D-Lo 44 says, Coach says, stays on Shields' helmet about her being too cocky and not knowing when to shut up and listen. I can't help but laugh when he goes in on her. Well, you know what? Coach might, he works with a lot of women too, so he may see something even more greater from that aspect that she needs to curb. But we know what that young lady did, Hannah Gabriels did, right? When he put her on her behind, it can happen again. Jay Dixon says, I think it started when she said she could beat Triple G. Yeah, when the women start talking about they could beat men up, they should, stop right there. It's like a man getting up there talking about how much he could whoop a woman's ass. Everybody know, that's just going to make people hate you. Oh, he's a woman beater, she says, But it's like, Clarissa, just stay in your lane, sister. You're doing great. Whoop those women over there. There's plenty of them. And there's some over there that's going to give you a rough go, too. So it ain't going to be all, poppy fields and butterflies. It ain't. Joseph Brown says, I like Clarissa's swag. Legendary Topcat says, Derek Bailey, King Louis. Joseph Brown, salute Kings. D-Lo says, Bud and Spence need an immediate match. Everyone and everything else should wait. King Louis says, as Stormy B man, no Danny needs to go fight someone for a mandatory and stop expecting handouts. Yeah, I understood what you meant, Louis. I agree. Danny should fight somebody. He should fight somebody. They're going to mess around, and some of them young guys that's coming up from some lower weights and young guys who are developing in the division, going to come and pass them right by, sitting back on his laurels, not taking fights and everything. What is Danny, outside of that fight that he had with, what was that, Granados? When's the last time he fought? It seems like 10 years. Nobody really wants to see Danny fight Spence. Spence and Porter need to run it back, Derek Bailey says. Willie Beecham says, Danny might give Earl problems with his power and timing. You know something? Danny does have a good punch. He really does. And he's a traditional stand-up boxer who throws a left hook, a mighty left hook. De La Hoya, more flat-footed. Danny Garcia, you know, and not as fast as hands, but he has great timing. He has timing like Miguel Cotto, and he has a left hook like De La Hoya. D-Style Boxing says women need to stay in their lane. Absolutely, D-Style. Salute to you, brother. Good to see you out there, man. But yes, the women need to stay in their lane. Clarissa is accomplishing some great things. If she just kept it over there on that side, she'd be just fine. But stop talking about the guys, because you might have sparred a couple of light sessions with some guys and got some work in. They weren't trying to hurt you, young lady. They weren't trying to hurt you. D-Lo says, D-Lo404 Boxing says, yeah, I don't want to hear that talk about beating men. Same way I felt about Rousey. Yeah, man, it's just not a good look, you know. It's not a good look. You know, not at all. So, yeah. But, hey, man. This thing about Bud, I really think that we should, you know, push that. Forget that dude. Stop talking about him. Let's talk about Porter and Earl. Let's talk about Thurman, even though Thurman ain't worth talking about, but he's he's still a part of it right now until he goes sit down. We talk about Pac-Man, put the heat on Pac-Man, get in there and fight Earl, get in there and fight Porter. You know, Danny Garcia, clean up, you know, work your way back up to a title shot. Start fighting some guys. Stop sitting around waiting for somebody to throw a check on your lap. Huh? Let's go out there and prove your wares. But that's, you know, but as far as Bud, and to re-up with these guys at top rank, forget you, man. Forget you. Re-upping with top rank. What kind of foolishness was that? Willie Beecham says, will we ever have the Thurman that fought Sean again? I doubt it. He's not hungry anymore. He's not hungry anymore. If he was still hungry, Thurman could be out there in the mix of conversations big time. But, you know, when he pulled that cherry out called Pacquiao, it was over for him. Yes, sir. So, with this, with a possible rematch with Porter and Spence, what I would like to see in that rematch is a better referee, because if a referee who don't get in the way could ref that fight, we could really see something special. How about old boy, the one who's always making those faces and stuff when he gets in there with the fighters? I can't think of his name now. I did a show about him about a month ago. Steve Wills. You know, if he could ref a fight between those two, I think it'll be a damn good fight. Because Steve Willis is not gonna he's not gonna let any crap go on, but he's gonna let him fight. He's gonna let him mix it up. D-Lo404 Boxing says, has Bud's Bum Bash even been announced yet? Hell, it's October now. Man, I don't care. You know, after tonight, you ain't going to hear me talk about that dude. You know what I mean? I'm done with him, man. And on my channel, I got some good videos on him, talking about him and his prowess and everything. But man, I just don't like the shade he been throwing to us, man. And you know, somebody has to take a stand. So he could go, you know, take a seat. We could take the stand, he could take the seat. How about that? Gregory Wyatt says, I'd rather see the black welterweights fight each other and feed each other's family while we have the momentum. Absolutely, Gregory Wyatt. Absolutely. That's what 78 has been trying to say and trying to get these guys to understand. You know, like Deontay Wilder is helping, you know, Luis Ortiz feed his family. None of these other fighters don't even want to get in the ring with the guy. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Deontay is fighting this guy twice in a year and a half, 2 years. You know, these other guys been spending years running away from Luis Ortiz. It's crazy. Joseph Brown, I don't know what you and Christopher Jornet, y'all guys got some kind of side conversation going over there. D-Lo 404 says, yeah, Steve Willis. That's what I said. Steve Willis. King Louis was like, okay, y'all still having that side conversation. Okay, whatever. Just smash the like button while y'all in here. That's all I got to say about it. Willie Beecham says, preach, Stormy B, man. I know the ref saw those low blows. Yeah, man. Somebody should have been checking later to see if Earl was sending that dude to dinner or something, man. Got away with all them damn low blows. And I'm not speaking like, okay, I don't like Earl or something. I was like, Earl is a good fighter. He's a potentially great fighter. He ain't have to throw all them damn low blows like that and get away with that shit. You know? So I'm telling Sean, if Sean, you watch these videos, your dad watch these videos, man, when you go out there for that rematch, y'all tell that damn referee, whoever it is, in the dressing room, hey, this is what happened last time. We ain't going through that tonight. Because if he start, I'm going to finish it. And then I'm going to finish you. It's going to be some disqualifications and ramifications if you can't get out there and referee this damn fight. That's what you do. You tell him. Huh? That's right. Hey, this thing said, King Louis, it says you subscribe to my channel. I thought you been subscribed to my channel, brother, man. What you doing, man? Or you dislike me 1 minute and then re-like me again? What's going on, man? I was like, I thought King Louis was on my channel already. Come on, man. Y'all do Stormy wrong, man. So wrong, man. I be out there trying to give y'all good content, and y'all be like, you know, playing with the subs, man. Y'all gonna have me out here with a little tin cup, shaking it. Y'all got some change? Y'all got some change? Got some change, brother? Shit. Oh, that's your other page. Okay. All right. No, Joseph Brown, I ain't trying to expose nobody. I just, you know, I thought he was, you know, I didn't know he had another page. So it's like, I didn't know, you know. I only got one channel. Shit, that's all I can handle. I'm barely handling this one. So, you know me. I'm an old dude, man. I have to take it slow. Tony Boswell's out there. He says, salute at Stormy B, man, and the mods. And Willie Beecher says, so many people thought Earl was just going to run through Sean. How wrong they were. Yeah, Willie Beecher, that's what I said tonight on the Smoke City Mobcast. I was like, it's amazing to see all these people giving Sean so much credit now. The same people that was like, oh, he gonna get smoked in 8 or 9 rounds. But I'm gonna tell you something. Some of those people were Sean's supporters anyway. And they just start coming around because Sean did put on a good performance, but they both put on a good performance. But that just goes to show the pressure that some of our brothers out here in the community have over people because they influence your thinking. Think for yourself, man. Think for yourself. You have to go with your gut. You can't go with my gut, huh? My gut fits nicely over my belt. Yours might tuck inside your belt. So you can't wear my gut. I can't wear yours. But go with your own gut feeling. Even if the person is telling you that your guy, your guy ain't got a chance, he don't stand a chance in hell, whatever, you got to stand on your own merit. That's the way you do it. And you live and you die like that. Just like the warrior live and die in the ring with what he doing out there. You see, Sean came in there like a champion. He didn't come in there like a damn challenger. He came in there like a champion. He thought he belonged in there every bit as what Earl did. And like he said, did you see at the post-fight press conference, he had that mouthpiece that said man down on his mouthpiece? That's why, I was looking at the fight, and after every round, when the bell would ring for the following round, and he would be standing over there looking across at Earl, and he would like flash his mouthpiece, I didn't know what it said. But when he said it at the press conference, now I see why he was flashing that mouthpiece at him. Because I thought it kind of looked like he might have been smiling, but it wasn't a smile, but he showed his teeth, showed his bridge. And I was like, that's what he was doing. He was showing this dude, man down, you going down, sucker. That's good stuff, man. That's a championship mentality. And you guys didn't know he had that before this fight? I'm sorry, man. Go back and look on my channel and look at, I got about 4 videos that I did before the fight on those two guys. In my videos, I talked about them. How it was going to be a tough fight, how it was going to be a fight highly contested and competitive and things like that. Very consistent, man. Very consistent. Let's see here. What we got? No, it don't say boxing, Louis. It don't say boxing. I was just double checking it. But I appreciate you subbing with your other station, man. And anybody else got extra stations you can sub too. Make me look good. But I appreciate you, bro. Let's see. Omega Red says, break up to make up. Laugh out loud. Christopher Journay says, King Louis busted. And let's see what we got here. D-Lo Sports Talk says, damn, I miss Smoke City. I will listen at work tomorrow. Yeah, it was pretty good, man. It was pretty good. Junior started off with that talk about that woman officer, Geiger. Man, I ain't want to talk about that broad, man. That kind of brought things down a little bit because you know what? You get people in their feelings, man, about those kind of things, and it could go south real fast. I won't even deal with that. I said my little piece on it and I was done. But what I said, I feel in my heart very strongly. There's some things you got to do about cleaning up at home, Jack. Take care of that business. Joseph Brown says, Christopher Journey, jump off voice in the Discord. Christopher Journey says, as Stormybman, I just asked all those undercover Porter fans now they want to come out. Yeah, man. I'm telling you. And see, I know that like we were talking about this a few weeks ago on one of the broadcasts on Trey X and Marlowe's Corner, right? And they were thinking like I was talking about one of the fighters. I forget which fight it was now because there's been so many fights in the past few weeks. But they were like, "Oh, you didn't, Stormy, you didn't have that guy picked. You're gonna have to eat crow like everybody else." And I was like, "Dude, when I call the fights, not call them like Trey X call them, but when I give prediction on the fights, I'm very thorough on mine. So it's like I don't 100% swing one way or another, but I will give a heavy favor toward one or the other and for particularities. And I give room for scenarios to play out because I've been around. I've seen how boxing goes. It's not all cut and dry. Sometimes there might be something going on personally in that fighter's life. You have no idea. And they're just not focused that night. And they walk in that ring and get fucking knocked out. The strongest guy in the boxing sport get knocked out. And you be like, what happened? He just wasn't himself tonight. That shit happens. I've seen it happen. You know? But when it comes down to the regular X's and O's, it's just like I said, in a championship fight like what we had last Saturday with these two mega champions, which they were because they're at the top of their weight class and everything, Spence and Porter, there's usually not a knockout in those kind of fights because those guys are the highest skilled out of everybody that's behind them. And they're going to take better care of one another's, insufficiencies or whatever, and you're going to let them compete at a certain level because of what they bring. And that happens on the regular in those type of fights. But guess what? We haven't been having those kind of fights a lot. We haven't had those fights a lot at all. But that's the type of effort you would get if these guys fought. You would get that type of effort. It's the guys who don't have much to offer, and who've been cutting the corners. Those are the guys that get knocked out. And they get exposed because they didn't have much to work with, or they were limited, and next thing you know, somebody's got them down. Legendary Top Cat says, as Stormybman, did you check out my new Black Murderers Row, Lloyd Marshall yet? No, Legendary, I didn't check it out yet. But like I was intending to catch it on my drive to work because I saved it. It came up on my queue, so I saved it to watch it. I like to listen to streams and stuff when I take my drive to work because it takes me about 45 minutes or so, almost 50 minutes to drive to work. So a lot of times I could catch that stuff in the mornings. But I do intend to check you out, bro. You've been doing a lot of stuff lately, Top Cats. Salute to you, bro. Pumping out that content. You're doing good work, man. D-Lo Sports Talk says, that man couldn't read that mouthpiece and neither could we. Nice play, though. Well, you know what? Maybe if they were in close, he could see it. But, that was mental. That was something mental for Sean. It pumped him up. It gave him something to shoot, And that's what you have to do sometimes. You have to have ways to motivate yourself. The coach can only do so much. Your family and friends and loved ones cheering for you can only do so much. You have to do something for yourself too to pump yourself up. Tony Boswell says, I just stopped in to give support. Keep grinding and you will get there. Much respect. Thank you, Tony Boswell. Appreciate you, bro. D-Lo Sports Talk says, I just subbed again, family. Thanks, D-Lo. Appreciate that, man. Willie Beecham says, side note, would Wilder or Ortiz give Evander Holyfield problems? Willie Beecham, good question. Ortiz would not give Holyfield problems at all. Wilder would give him problems because of his height and reach, but Evander learned how to fight bigger guys, so I think he could get on the inside and work Wilder's body and break him down. Christopher Journet says, you need to get to 1,000, Stormy B, man. I do, man. You guys got to help me. You gotta put me on your shoulders and carry me to that 1,000 mark, man. And you know, everything that I'm doing has been very consistent. I've gotten better with my production quality, but I will tell you, man, you don't have to worry about me changing on you guys, okay? I'm very consistent. I believe in staying in my lane. But if it's a slow grind to 1,000, it's a slow grind to 1,000. But I didn't think I would be where I am, you know, in the short time that I've made it. So I really appreciate all the love and support that everyone out there has been showing my station and showing my content. And now, like it seems when I go live, I easily have people in double figures out there watching me, when it used to be just a couple people watching me, like 5 or 6, but now it's in the dozens, you know. So I really appreciate everybody that's out there, you know, supporting me, man. And like I said, I'm very consistent. I try to bring different things. You know, I got the Kung Fu movies I do. I got the new show, Dine and Dish. If y'all haven't checked that one out, be watching out for it. That's a show I do when it's like not much going on with boxing. Give us just something else to do. It's basically community chat stream, and it's centered around talking about food, whether it's something you ate, you cooked, recipes that was handed down in the family, great restaurants you've been out to, stuff that has been horrible to your palate, stuff that has been great to your palate. We talk about it all, you know, and then laugh it up and have a good time. That's what that show is. Then we got the In the Eye of the Storm, where I interview the other content creators for the LDBC. This weekend, we got Miss Boxing going to be on there. So y'all who like to hear Miss Boxing voice, y'all always out there, oh, she sounds so seductive. Well, come on out and listen to her. She going to be on there with Stormy B, man, this Saturday, 10 a.m. Central. So I guess that's 11 Eastern. And what is that? 8 Pacific. So that's what's happening, you know. Y'all can come on out there and check Stormy B out, interviewing Miss Boxing. So the Friday night chop session is, you know, still doing this thing. And Reggie Owens is on there with me. Hyphy be on there with me. And various brothers that are invited. We hope to have a special guest this weekend who was in the chat earlier. I ain't going to say his name. I want him to be a surprise. Hopefully he get on out there and be out there with us. So we do that, you know. Yeah. So, hey, man, that's what it is. Tony Boswell says, I'm out, y'all. Appreciate Tony stopping in. D-Lo Sports Talk says, yep. Like Oliver McCall had no business in the ring with Lennox Lewis on the night of that rematch. That's right, sir. 100%. Nassim the Dream says, fact, we haven't been having no 2 high-level fighters in a while. Boxing Conversations with Reggie Owens with the fist. And Willie Beecham says, how would the welterweight kings of today stack up against the welterweight kings of yesteryear like Cotto, Mosley? That's a good question, Willie Beecham. And you know what? I think it would be misses and hits. I think some guys would fare better and others not. Excuse me. I bet, you know what? That's a good idea for a show. I'm going to write that down as a note, Willie Beecham. And when I do the show, I'm going to put it in the description that how would the welters of recent, like the early 2000s, fare against today's. Yeah, thank you for that, Willie Beecham. Because I'm gonna tell you something. When we do a stream on that, I hope you're there so we could talk it out, and there'll be some good matchups. Cause there were some great welterweights in the early 2000s, man. Yeah, Mosley, Forrest, De La Hoya, Trinidad. Um, Dude, some good fighters out there, huh? So yeah, D'Lo says Evander had trouble in many fights. He just bit down in many and got to the W. He had some losses I didn't expect. I think Ortiz would have presented some issues for him, in my opinion. Okay, you have a right to your opinion, bro. But don't forget, Evander is my favorite fighter. And Evander was the type of fighter he fought in slugfests and everything because he wanted to. Evander could box. Don't forget, he was supposed to be a gold medalist, not a bronze medalist in the '84 Olympics. He got the bronze because they cheated him, called him in a foul when it wasn't really a foul. Okay. Boxing Conversation with Reggie Owens says, heck, Pac is competing amongst these young ones. There you go. That's why I said there'll be some hits and some misses. There you go. And Reggie just pointed one of them out. Big time. If I had a gong like Fanon, I'd ring that gong because Reggie just hit the $100,000 answer right there. I was trying to stretch it out, Reggie. But you on game, you on point. Salute. So yeah. So D-Lo Sports Talk says Evander is a true, true, true all-time great. Yeah, he is. He stayed on too long though, D-Lo. He stayed on too long. Willie Beecher says the style matchups are crazy. Porter versus Cotto would be fireworks. No, it wouldn't, because Cotto could box a lot better than people gave him credit for, which is why early on when he was trying to pursue Floyd was really outboxing him. But in the second half of this fight, Cotto waited to the later portions of the rounds to start using his boxing, and he was out jabbing Floyd and busting Floyd up pretty good with the jab. And he figured it out too late. Floyd had secured too many of the earlier rounds. Miguel Cotto could box, man, and he could fight. I really respect Miguel Cotto. I really respect the guy. He was one of those guys that you would be expecting him to lose a fight and he'd still win. The guy he just had a lot of moxie. That's the word that was used in boxing for so long to describe a fighter who had a little bit of everything to be able to compete at a high level. Moxie. Miguel had it 100%. Reggie Owens says, indeed he is, bro, at D-Lo Sports Talk. Talking about Evander being an all-time great. 100%, man. 100%. Evander, it was going to take a hell of a athletic effort from him. But, Evander, as he got into his mid-30s, he didn't want to run anymore and stuff like that. He didn't want to do that road work. He was one of the most finely conditioned athletes in the early part of his career. But after success, he began to cut corners. It was things he was doing or not doing in training that he did early on, and it made a difference in his life, in his boxing life rather. And I'll tell you something. Had he stuck to what he was supposed to stick to, Lennox Lewis was not supposed to be able to outbox him. He wasn't. Because Lennox was a good boxer, but Evander was actually a better boxer. Plus, Lennox had the advantage of Emmanuel Stewart, who had worked with Holyfield in Holyfield's rematch with Bo. So he worked with Holyfield up close enough in a full training camp to learn Holyfield's weaknesses and inadequacies. And he made sure that he passed that on to Lennox Lewis, and they were able to capitalize on everyone. Derek Bailey says, I thought Evander just never ran, Stormy. No, he used to run when he was younger. He did his road work, but he got to a certain point in his heavyweight career where there were things he just didn't do anymore. You know, he cut a lot of corners. He was in shape, but he wasn't in supreme shape. There was times when Evander was in supreme shape, man. Supreme. But Evander liked the ladies too, you know. Not that there's anything wrong with liking ladies. But when you're in the boxing business, you have to set them ladies to the side when you're trying to zero in and focus in on your craft. Because let's put it like this. Say you're on a diet, and the lady is the metaphor for your favorite treat or whatever. Well, you're not going to go off diet for your favorite treat while you're in the midst of training camp, right? But the fellas like to go with the ladies. The ladies going to always be there, especially if you keep winning and keep making them good purses, right? So they're going to be there. But don't let them be a distraction from what your goal is. Because guess what? You lose something, they're going to step over you and go to the other guy. That's how they are. You understand? Well, I ain't going to get into that because then this ain't no teaching session. It ain't. Willie Beecham says, in my opinion, Winky Wright and Hector Camacho give Mayweather all he can handle. Absolutely. Possibly Paul Williams, too. D-Lo Sports Talk says, Evander was too busy making babies to do road work. Yeah, he was always in the pit stop. Evander also had that heart issue for a while. Yeah, that's absolutely true, D-Lo. Absolutely true. So, yeah, man. But, hey, man, you know, Stormy, you know, been rocking on here for a little while. And it's time for me to go, man. I'm going to have to go to bed. I got a job. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, y'all probably stay up all night because you brothers out there, man, you guys are out there doing what you do, you know? But me, I'm an old guy. So, I have to lay down and get my beauty rest. You know what I mean? So, I appreciate everybody coming out with me rocking this evening. I appreciate the brothers who gave to the PayPal. You know, King Louie and Joseph Brown. And, hey, man, I'm going to get on out of here. You know what I mean? And head on. Tune in Friday night for the Friday night chop session with Stormybman. Figure out what we're gonna talk about this weekend. But I just want to say, you know, thank you again to everybody who came out to the chat. I had a huge number of likes this evening. Hit the like button on the way out. If you didn't touch the like button yet, just touch it. Just hit it like that, you know, like a jab. You know what I mean? And let me know that you were out there. listening to me this evening. I appreciate everybody. You know what I mean? Shout out to the LDBC. This is Stormybman, and I'm saying goodnight to all of you hoes. Black Fight Fan call y'all hoes. But hey, thanks again, brothers and sisters, for rocking with me this evening. I appreciate you all. Much love to you. Have a good night, everybody.